All right, Mr. O here, and you think you're ready to move on to the artist display. Now, I'm going to make a couple of assumptions. One, you've already have a little background in digital art to make this easier. Two, you can probably see the reflection of the light off the monitors. So the first thing that's very important, that we never turn the light on in here, especially when there's people working. And what there are is these lamps. And just look for, basically it'll be chest high for you guys, a little lower for me, and you just turn on a few of the lamps for lighting. And this will give you enough light so you can see and not have too much reflection. As you can see, there's even reflection off the monitors from the classroom lights. We can't avoid that, but let me get everything set up so it'll be a hard transition. Okay, the first thing I want to show you is figuring out the slope or the angle of your monitor. Right here, there's a little tablet that pulls up, and if I pull it up, I can adjust my monitor to lay down, and I can pull it up and have it go straight. Now, the monitor I'm using is going to be one of the older ones. Excuse me, I got a little hiccups going on. And as you can see, it just popped right on. And it's going to bring us to the sign-in. Now, I'm going to cut it off here. You don't need to see my password. And you log in with you. You just go down here. Let me move this over here. Just go down here, click in for login, put it's same as your Chromebook, and you just put in your password. Okay? I will see you on the other side. Okay, I am logged in. This is a little difficult because the camera is actually away from me quite a bit. First thing I'm going to do is put a glove on. If you're right-handed, like I am, you're going to put it on your right hand. If you're left-handed, you're going to put it on the left hand. There should be a glove. Maybe it's behind the monitor, off to the side. And since this is an older monitor, the newer ones will have the pen without a charging thing will hang off to the side, and there will be newer ones, at least one, up till 3. And what it is, these pens have to charge, so you gotta be very careful. Look how thin that is, so be very careful with it. So I'm gonna keep that behind. There is a pen holder that's behind these monitors, so use it. Like when I'm done with this pen, I can just hold it upside down. Even if I'm not done, if I'm gonna walk out, you might have to ask me a question or something like that, and you can use the pen. There is a mouse, and usually I keep the keyboard up on top, so it does make the shortcuts a little hard, but if you want to bounce in and out of your seat, you can. Now, I have over here, as you can see, there is Clip Studio. At this moment, as I'm making this video, it's not ready. I just need to put in the login code, and then it'll be ready for uses. I don't know if I have enough for all the computers, but we'll do some of the computers. And what I'm wanting to open is Adobe Photoshop. Now, this Adobe Photoshop is the old version before they became an online subscription service. As you can see, looks a lot like Pixlr. And what I want to do is I want to hit File, I want to hit Open, and oops, I do not want to hit Open, I want to do New. And you see my width, 60 inches, height, 72 inches. That is actually pretty good. I'm going to go to this, and I'm going to hit Fill Screen. And that way it's just white. When it comes to digital art, I mean, feel free to be large with it. And because like here's the computer mouse. Now watch this with the pen. This is what makes the artist display so amazing. Oops, you get that sometimes. And right now, you don't see much of anything, right? It's just a nice straight line, but look how smooth everything is. And you do want to just center. The reason when I got started, you see what you don't want it to circle up. You don't want to just sit there because it gives you that automatic. I won't lie to you, I haven't programmed buttons and stuff like that. And so I'm gonna go a little bit larger with the paintbrush. And And you can see if you try to lighten the touch, you see on this one, you see how it, so you want to have a nice even touch. And I'm looking for the pen, there we go. And here is the pen. Oops, I have the wrong thing on. You figure when you're doing a demonstration, it's going to mess up. So I need to find the right pen. I gotta right click that. And so Control Z, or you go to Edit and go one step backwards. And let's see what happens when I right click that. Freedom Pen, Pen Tool. It seems to be on shapes and stuff like that. I don't know what's going on there. So I'm going to just avoid that for the minute. And there we go. I go to Pencil. And I can draw in the pencil. As you can see, because it's a very thin line, it's not very big. But when I go to the bigger line, see how nice and thick that is? And you just change colors. But look at the smoothness. There is going to be squeaking. Now, why do I wear the glove? Well, if you have a little moisture, if I'm trying to draw a line like this and my hand sticks, so let's pretend it sticks, I could get a niche. You see what it did? So the glove allows me to be smooth with it, but you'll probably have noticed that I barely touch the monitor itself on the way I draw, okay? So this is very important. Be careful, don't smash the monitor in. There are going to be little hiccups, especially with the older ones. Like I said, I'm working to replace them with new ones, but have fun and draw. Remember what you've been taught and take it to the next level. Photoshop works a lot like Pixlr, but just much more advanced. You probably know these tools better than I do. As you can see, I still make mistakes. Don't forget about layers, and you guys have a great day. Bye-bye. Oh, and more importantly, don't forget to plug it back in when you're done. Don't let your pen die. Plug it back in now. Bye-bye.